Today on the channel, like a young Volbeat, we're still counting, and we're counting with Count Von Count, NECA, Sesame Street Ultimate Edition.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, back again with another Sesame Street unboxing, and this time we got the NECA Ultimate Edition, Count Von Count. But for all your Count Von Count needs and a whole lot more, make sure you hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Yes, 15%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and we'll do a little comparison later on in this video as well. And Sesame Street NECA Ultimates, the line that stole my heart and never let go. I've made it perfectly clear on this channel many a times over the last 5 years that I am not a man of the streets. I am not. Sesame Street never did it for me. I was not a Sesame Street fan. However, I am an action figure fan. I am a pop culture fan, I guess, at the end of the day. I'm also a song and dance man and a guy that likes to count a time or two. Uno, dos, tres. You get the whole message there. But Count Von Count, a vampire, playing a lot of hits there. A puppet, can be and can't be hits. But NECA killing it with this Sesame Street line. And it's cool on, I might not enjoy the TV series Sesame Street, but I definitely enjoy the action figures. And we unboxed Bert and Ernie on the channel. Check them out if you missed out on those. Now we're diving into the Count. I guess we'll dive into Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch and the rest of the gang in the future. But let's dive into the packaging here. You got your classic Count right there. Dangerous vampire, but on the dangerous vampire level, probably a 1. Probably a 1 is what I would imagine. Got that yellow Sesame Street. You got Sesame Street sign going on. Sesame Street presents Count Von Count, featuring the number 2, one of the best numbers ever, of course, but in a plot twist, number 3 in the series so far. So interesting how that worked out. Count Von Count, number 3 right there, standing on that. Same thing on the bottom. Looking pretty good. On the back, quite the action there. A couple glamour shots going on. Anything? Nope, doesn't say anything. But that monocle, oh, I haven't seen a monocle rock that hard since Mr. Peanut. Oh, shout out to him. Looking good right here as well. Of course, plastic prison. Always cool packaging on these, but you know this channel, we're not about the package. We're taking it out. We're taking it out of the package. We're going to be counting on that for sure. What do we got for a background? Oh, it's the street. Watch out for that tricycle. Somebody's going to steal that. That's what's going to happen. See you later. Put a little Count spin on it. And there it is. Oh, look at this. Oh, can I get it out? It's all taped in there. There we go. There we go. Look at that. A cape. You can't be a Dracula type performer. You can't be a Count without a cape. Have they ever mentioned he was a vampire in Sesame Street, or they just call him the Count just to not scare little kids that he's going to suck their blood and stuff? I don't know. But there he is, still counting like a young Volbeat. And you can count on me taking this offline, get him out of the plastic prison. We'll be back talking all things Sesame Street. Count Von Count. All right, let's dive into the vampire that loves to count, apparently, with Count Von Count. And we'll start off with some hands here. We got 2 splayed out hands out of the package. Then we got a 1 hand, a 2 hand, and a 3 hand. Counting with Kyle as well. We're going to start counting cards before the night's done, that's for sure. But he does got those hands if you want to count. We also got some gripping hands over here. So choose your own hand adventure. Have to imagine I'm going to put him up with a 1 or a 2 or possibly a 3. Maybe he'll referee in my fig fed. Who knows? But good hand selection there. Of course, brought to you by the number 2. He's got the 2 right here as well. So you got a little bit of eyes up there. It is number 2, is what it is. I don't know, the Count, he's counting. We know how it goes. Looking good. Now, he does come with a very stereotypical accessory for a vampire, a candelabra. Yes, a candelabra. You got the flames going on up the top. You got the steel holder there. You could use this with another toy line if you wanted to. You want to put this with your Bela Lugosi Dracula NECA figure. Knock your socks off. Do that if you want to. But looking good. I'll probably display him holding that in his hand, I have to imagine. He also comes with a phone, a very nice old-timey phone. Reminds me of when I was a little kid. Even a little kid in the 80s, these were an old-timey phone. But I remember my grandparents in their basement had like an old-school phone, and it still worked. and you'd pick up the thing, and you'd put it here, and then you'd talk into the little thing. You'd do one of those kind of things. Get your mind out of the gutter, but you'd do that, and you'd talk into that, but then you'd dial the number, and it was all crazy. It was a wild time, of course, but he's got something similar to that here, and it does come off the receiver end. Looking very nice. Nice to get this phone, and once again, a great accessory. You want to put this with something else, you could easily do that. Very cool to get that telephone right there. So I like that all in black. Now, of course, what is a vampire worth without a cape? Like a young Lando Calrissian, got that cool pattern on the inside. I'm here for that. Green on the outside. Got the little rubber bands over here on his arm so he can be flapping around. And then you got a hard plastic collar up here at the top. Also a little latch in here to slip it behind his back, I guess, to keep it extra tight. And of course, you know those vampires. They like to keep that cape tight like a young Lando Calrissian. Here for that, of course. But now we're diving into the Count himself. Now, I never realized that how weird he looks without his cape. I always see him with a cape on. No cape right here. He's almost naked. Almost naked. But here he is. Count Von Count. Got some pointy ears there. Got a long, pointy nose. A monocle that would make Mr. Peanut blush, as I mentioned earlier. Some wild eyebrows and some black hair looking good. Even a little goatee. A little artist goatee from the 70s is what that looks like to me. But we know who this is if you see it. Got the two fangs, giving a hint that he is more than meets the eye like a young Optimus Prime. He is a transformer right here. Or a vampire, maybe. He'll transform into one. Long joke. Yeah, I know. But looking good with those teeth there in white. No issues with this head. Now, the second head, a little bit more personality. Probably going to use this one. He's got the open mouth. He's got the little tongue in there. You got the two fangs flying free. Looking very good. Definitely going with the second head for me if I had to choose. Looking nice, though. Choose your own head adventure. Now, diving into the body here, he's got a black suit on. He's got that little, like, Baron-like sash. Of course, looks like something very Vampire Dracula Count-esque. Long way to get there, but he's got that sash in there behind his shirt. White shirt on. He's got a white bow tie. That's a power move if there ever was one. He got the splayed-out hands. We mentioned that earlier. Looking good. Got the black pants on and then down to some black and white dress shoes. Really comes home with the Count look here. That's what it looks like. Arms all the way around, of course. Double jointed, nope, single jointed elbow, but tons of motion out of that, side to side as well. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Got those big old Count splits, kinda. Legs go up. Single jointed knee, side to side. Ankles, a little bit of back and forth, side to side. Not super articulation, but not bad either. I think it's enough for the Count, of course. And of course, need a flight stand for him. Put him on a flight stand. Let's have him flying around like a real vampire. Does he fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand? What do you know? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Looking pretty darn good right here, I will say. Gotta say, I'm not a Sesame Street guy, but they are knocking it out of the park with these NECA figures here. Can't wait to see Big Bird. Have to imagine maybe a deluxe figure. We'll see what happens there. I think Oscar the Grouch was shown once upon a time as well. Have to imagine we'll get the Elmos, the Tellys, Snuffleupagus. Can we get Snuffleupagus? Have to imagine we'll see some of these here in a few weeks at San Diego Comic-Con, so we'll stay tuned for that along the way. Got Bert and Ernie building out the team, building out the gang from the streets, the Sesame Street gang right here. Bert, Ernie, and the Count, the first three in the line. We'll see where it goes from there. Anxiously awaiting the rest. A nice little ancillary collection for me, but some people watch this, it might be your primo collection. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships, the best way to support this channel. You can also check out SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com if you want to email me. And of course, that is the name of my podcast each and every Tuesday. It is The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Count Von Count NECA Ultimate Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?